What's going on, everybody? So today I'm going to start working on my RCF Micro Mini. I built this out a while back, and I've ridden it in lots of parades with the Shriners, and it's been a great bike. I've had a lot of fun with it. It's really cool, rides great. I built this suspension for it by taking these shocks apart and building a custom shock mount, axle mount thing, but it works really well where the seat and there's a bracket up underneath here. It all just kind of pivots and floats, and so I got like a full suspension feel without an actual full suspension on this bike. So it's really neat. They're super tiny. I love these bikes. RCF makes some really cool machines, and I love it. So I've been trying to teach my son how to ride because he's old enough now, and this is the perfect size for him. He doesn't have the balance or coordination yet to really just kick along like normal, so I rigged up these foot pegs for him, and he's done really well with it. He's learning throttle control, learning how to use his brakes, and he's having a blast riding it. Well, it's a super cool bike, and I want to make it more me-friendly. So I'm going to get rid of the foot pegs, but to make a compromise so the dude can still ride it and I can still have fun with it, we're going to build him a sidecar. So then he still gets his balance, and it's also something practical because the Red Rider is coming to the Go Power Sports 180 race with us, and it's going to be our pit bike. Yeah. So check this out. So our wagon is a Radio Flyer, just a good old-fashioned steel tub. There's nothing super special about it, but we also have this old stadium seat that has a steel frame, which is very solid, and the cushion is still good. Robert E. Lee Ganders, this is from Baytown, Texas. The upholstery needs some repair here. That's old vinyl. But the frame is good, and that's what we wanted it for. You can see this old stadium seat fits perfect in this car. So a little work on the upholstery, maybe some bolts, get this to stay in place, and then the dude's got a awesome sidecar. All right, everybody, so we got the bike up on the table. All right, so we're gonna measure how wide our little wagon is, and then we're gonna use that measurement to figure out how far we need to make our frame. I've got some old angle iron over here that I'm going to chop up and make like just a big rectangle is what I'm thinking, and some U-bolts so I can bolt it to the frame without making a permanent modification. So in the future I'll be able to take this back off. But I'm going to U-bolt our angle iron rectangle straight to the frame. We're going to run out our axle a little bit further. We'll bolt this axle to the wagon, and it should turn out. Let's see. All right, here we go. So I got us a frame put together, and this is used from an old bed frame. It's just angle iron. It's kind of thin, but it should be plenty strong enough for what we're doing with it. And as you can see, I made just a simple rectangle here. The welds are ugly, but they're strong. I smoothed them out on here. I'm going to get everything fitted and put together, and then we'll do some paint just to keep it from rusting out. But yeah, we got this little frame here. Nothing fancy, but it is welded all the way around, inside and out, so it should be plenty strong. Okay, so, all right, now let's take that apart. Alright everybody, so we took the wheels apart from our wagon here, and it's just a simple tub. Should be pretty easy to get bolted on here, but I don't want to be overloading one end of it and like tearing it up because this pan is not that thick. So what I think I'm going to do is grab a little bit more of our bed frame and chop it up, and we'll make a support for the front of the pan and probably a little for the back of the pan as well. We're going to figure out exactly where we want this to sit first, just so we can get our center point to make this look right on the mini bike, because that mini bike is so small. The pan is honestly about as long as the bike is. So we'll get that lined up, then we'll mark our holes, and we can measure out how much frame we need to add front and back on this. Let's go. Alright everybody, well pardon the jump cut, but I did some work off camera. So anyways, so we got the frame finished, which is our original bed frame. This metal is made of like, I don't know, Captain America's shield or something, because you can't drill through this stuff. I've tried. I went and bought some fancy bits and I dulled all of them. So don't use bed frames for projects. Anyways, I already had the rectangle made, so it'll be my supports. I bought some mild steel square tubing, made out the frame, and it worked out better because I was able to make it just a little bit wider and it fit nicer. I went ahead and drilled it out and cut me an axle and put all that together. So my wheel is mounted. The frame is just sitting on there. You can see the Micro Mini, I had to pull it apart so that I could fiddle with other projects. Keep an eye out for future videos, you'll see what else we're going to do with it. I actually think I'm going to scrap the rear suspension kit that I built for this thing. It worked fantastic, but I love the way the RCFs look with the seat forward where they're supposed to be in a small tank behind them, and they're just small and cool. So I'm probably going to take some of what I did with this one apart and redo it. So that'll be different. Keep an eye out for a future video. So we got our frame welded here. We have a nice square tubing frame that'll fit underneath the bike. Something else we did that's really cool, I built this out to where I can take some of our diamond plating that we used on Tortuga and make floorboards. So my son has more room for his feet and he doesn't run himself over, which if you watch past videos, he did that. He's okay, he's not hurt, but yeah, ran himself over. Takes a lot of talent to do that one. The boards, you might be wondering what that is. If you look at the pan, we put it on here, it fits really good, ish. So if you put your finger right here, you're going to smoosh it pretty bad, and I don't want my son getting hurt or his sisters or anybody who rides on it. So what I'm going to do is we're going to give it a body lift. We're going to take these wood boards. They're, I don't know, 1x3s, 1x4s. They're nothing special. But I'm going to drill holes in our frame here, bolt them down, right home. Obviously they need to be cut. But that will give me just enough lift so that your hands can pass under it without smashing your fingers. We're going to get that done. We're going to get the Red Ryder put back together, and then we're going to ride it. But that's going to be a next time, next week's episode. See y'all later. I hope you're enjoying the videos. If you do, consider joining us on Patreon. And we will have more coming. See you soon. Bye.